sucks to be me having a panic attack. That's me when I was 23, 22. And that was some fellow I worked with at McDonnell Douglas. And we were at some, I think the Westin or something near O'Hare. And that was the Bartles and James. It was a cardboard cutout so we could get our pictures taken next to him. He was some sales guy. He was wicked cool. I didn't know him very well. But we had our pictures taken there. And that's what I used to look like when I was young and thin. I'm getting thinner, man, now. But it's hard when you look at yourself in the mirror and you're like, where did I get them bags under my eyes? My hands are dried and wrinkly. And I'm like, I'm only 58. And then you realize that young people look at you as an older person, but you're like, no, man, I'm young on the inside. And that's why Robert didn't like mirrors. And it wasn't because he couldn't look at himself in the mirror. It was because he felt young inside, and he was always young. He never grew up. And he said, I'm never growing up, and he didn't. And, oh, man, I just miss him so much. He was my best friend. He was my best friend. And Chris Tisdale, my bereavement counselor, dying of pancreatic cancer, stage 4. And my cousin Trish died of it last year, about a year ago. She's in her 50s. And I'm like, what the crap? How do people like Trump and being in the asshole get to live and the nice people die? My mom used to say, Jennifer, life isn't fair. And I turned around and I looked at her and I said, it should be fair. And she jumped out of her skin. I didn't talk back to my mama much, but she said, Jennifer, life isn't fair. And I just whipped around and I looked at her and I said, it should be fair. And I'm going to make it fair. It's always been me. She used to laugh at me because I would stand with my hands on my hips and look at my brothers and say, you're not the boss of me. My sister was shy and she would cry and run away. And I'm like, fuck you, buddy. I'm the Jennifer. And they thought I was cute because I'm the youngest. Had curly hair and shit. But, man, I'm still standing. And my theme song is I Won't Back Down. That's what Sean's dad, Dean, used to say. Jennifer, that's your theme song. I won't back down. He was right, man, for once. And Sean supports me, and Sean loves me, and Gerard and Jerry, he loves me and supports me. And my friends love me and support me, and my family is okay. Some of them are, like, weird. They're like, blah, blah, you should get a degree. And I'm like, I'm 58. Yeah, I'll stop my life and get a degree for you. None of my brothers and sisters have one, but Jennifer has to have one. My dad told me when I was 42, he says, you can't date another man until you get a degree. And I'm like, what's up with the piece of paper, man? What's up with that? I read books. I made $19 an hour in 1999 at Motorola Corporate, and that still isn't good enough for my family? What the fuck over, Rover? What the fuck over? I was just going to be a theater lighting person in New York City. Nothing special. Not an actress. I did a little bit of stuff on stage, but I never considered myself a singer or an actress. Somebody said, oh, you have a good singing voice. You could get a recording contract. And I'm like, right? When monkeys fly out of my butt. Anyway, I feel better now. I'm charging my phone. My shortbread's done, and I'm baking some apples. And I make some apple chiffon pie in honor of my late Aunt Nancy, who gave me her recipe for pumpkin chiffon pie. And she was married to a Wilde, direct descendant of Oscar Wilde, by the way. And my cousin Lisa, who is also a Scorpio, 4'10", 4'11", little blonde lady. She's a dramaturge. We got it going on in my family, man. join in.